Hello everyone, I'm Palpatine001, and we're back with City Skylines, Manukau Ranges 3.2, the Civic and Green Infrastructure, as well as putting in the transit lines before letting the simulator rip in 3.3. So let's chat, let's get going. And we'll start with the Civic Infrastructure first, that being the schools. And what we're looking at is schools that have high capacity but don't also take up a lot of room on the way out. So what I'm looking for is schools that will be suited to the respective so in this case you might catch a bit of a mix and match situation going on if the corresponding, so this is the Chinese area, is I deem it too low for the purpose at hand, and so yeah, 800 is not going to is certainly not going to cut the mustard of the amount of high density zones. So I will look at something that is in the higher order, has higher capacity. But in regards to something like the high school, that definitely does have capacity, and that can definitely be placed, and this is why I start leaving blank pockets of land around the place. That has no upgrades because that's all done in it, and as a consequence what we do then is go in and just replace what's been lost in there. So that will cover that area. Down here we can quick fire this out. Mediterranean, because this has got the Mediterranean stuff. So okay, so this is a bigger school than things that would be suited without consuming how much does that give? An extra 500, so that would be suited in there. And ironically, if I change the zoning over just as fast, suits it as well. And then we can also drop in high school, and I suppose that will give a capacity as well, which means I don't need to worry up here too much, but for capacity's sake, because they're likely to come over the bridge anyway because of space constraints up there. See, the good thing is this is a corner zone, so this works out not quite in the roundabout in this case. And then is that the German high school? Yep. Okay, and just very quickly, this is a case of me scooting over because the mine's on it. Jump that over. So we here we go. Okay, so that meets the capacity there. Now here's going to be an absolute pile of fun. Now we've got 2 in there, we can extend up as necessary. That just leaves down here, which could end up in a bit of a pickle very quickly. So we'll go for the highest capacity we've got. No, they are they the biggest we've got? EE 15, 12, without taking up lots of room. Yes, it is the August. Yeah, going into SA. I will chuck in the high school as well. As I said, we can add more of these as need be. So that is the Civic. Oh, I haven't added fire and police in a bit. Okay, so we're going to be doing the lot. Woohoo! Fun. These act as the de facto places, so that's good. And yeah, well, actually. So we're going to start going right along. Now, some of these places get quite large quite quickly, so room-wise you actually realise, despite all the zoning you put in, you run out of zoning room quite quickly. Central Bank would also be good to put in the city centre, but I haven't technically built it downtown yet, and that could be also located elsewhere as well, depending where I want to. As I said, this is where you start bunching up yourself. Actually, that will work actually just as good over here. And then I can just whack in a single V somewhere where and back, where is it? Yeah, this is the okay, so where to put them. Okay, that solves that one. Okay, so we actually are shooting back over the schools. Colleges and that I've already put in, and I believe, and the university is already in as well. What we could do that's all the big stuff. I could chuck in. Oh, how big's that college? Where did I put that college? That's City Hall. There's already a college in here somewhere. 6,000. No, that's pretty large. If I need one, I can put it in over here, so that's fine. We'll do recycling quickly. Preferably not there. Oh, that's the garbage facility. Those actually work out quite well. Okay, so that's that in. Recycling, that's already done. Hospital and that, we've got one in, and we've also got it. So I'm going to shoot to the crematoria. And we'll do the French one because it's the easiest one to do. Although that said, we can do a full blowing one as well. so that's that one, and that means that just leaves it to hospitals. Oh, look at that. And what was that one? Okay, so that gives us 230, so that should technically give us enough for that area. The main hospital being... That's the shopping mall. Huh. Where did I put the hospital? Being over there, and that's got quite a bit of capacity. Again, we can add more stuff as we go along, but just in case they all start having a squawk. Just a little wee one on the way out as well. So that covers healthcare for now. Actually, that's because of the amount of we're putting in. Let me, at the same time, let me just also take those off. Sake of argument, because I'm already here, no, yes, okay, so that's healthcare. Moving along back to the police. So that covers there. I don't need that big. We've already got the police headquarters sitting in there, so that's not a requirement. So that means we just need to jump along this side, go to Mediterranean. And again, oh, that's actually a little bit more OP than I thought. Okay. And just put in one more police station. There's French up there, so that's a police car. Okay, so that covers that, and I don't think we need to worry about anything else on the administration side. Okay, fire. Oh, this is a big solder, which takes up a lot of room. Don't need as big, so we'll pop him somewhere. Oh, I think I've already got a fight. Oh, no harm in having a second one. To be honest. No, they're going to get snotty over the helipad extension. Huh. Oh, no, if I slap it in here... Yeah, whatever. And while I'm here for that matter, just to bolster... bolster things up. Does that impact the zoning in any way? No. However, what I will do because of just use that to form a buffer. So that just leaves the police. Sorry, back to fire. Okay, and we should put a fire station up here too. Just out of curiosity, just bolstered that up. Oh. Well, isn't that nice? Okay, so that bolsters all that up. So that's the civic infrastructure now done. Well, I hope more can be added through time. Now we move on to the parks, and this is where it gets a little bit fun, so it will be a case of be right back with the parks. Right, I've done the parks, and you can see through the little icons the extensive park network where it is. Whoops. We can also see the park maintenance depot over here as well, with all the vehicles ready to go. Now, as the zones develop, you'll find that not all of them get filled in. I've also left some areas completely clean. What will happen there is, as we develop, this will allow me to come in with all these little pocket parks to come in and fill in alongside. Now, if you are looking for a park strategy, most cities do, and districts and regions do them. Mine is simply make sure everyone is in access to any of the parks. And of course you've got your tourist attractions as well, which I have placed down. It might be just too big and need its own area in its own right. So that is in regards to the parks. You just also got to remember we've got the big complexes as well, and we have all the parks scattered everywhere as well as interconnecting paths. So next up is getting the transit done. So that needs to be the buses, the trams, and the subway. So I'll be right back again, getting this all done. And then we'll do a quick summary and then prepare for 3.3, pressing the play button. Hopefully it doesn't all go to custard. Right, be right back again. Okay, so we have finally done it. The civic infrastructure is installed. I actually also forgot the communications infrastructure. So the communications, so some new radio towers and post offices and post boxes are in. And the parks are in. And as I mentioned earlier, the civic infrastructure is all in. And last but not least, we have the new bus routes and subway routes and tram routes all ready to go. In fact, I have been a little bit naughty and not named them. I will do those quickly off screen for the buses. The tram lines are ready to go, and the new metro lines are ready to go. So with that, we are finally able to let rip and hopefully settle the residential, commercial and office demand. But while we do this, it's gonna take a while for everything to come into play, but we'll get to see this in 3.3. In the meantime, I will just finish naming off those bus lines and just making sure we're all ready to go, and then we'll see this all come together as proof in the pudding, or one big urban disaster. In any case, I'm Palpatine001, aka the Senate, and this was 3.2 and adding the Civic, the green infrastructure, as well as finishing setting up the transit routes. We'll be back in 3.3 with letting rip yet again.